Hi everyone, it's me, Arielle, and it's Wednesday Warriors. Today I'm going to be talking about dealing with other people. The issue of being people pleasers, worrying about what they think of us or will say about us, how unhealthy this is, and why it's important to disregard what others think and focus on ourselves to be strong individuals. This is a topic that I came up with myself simply because I don't think enough can be said about it. I was always a people pleaser, and I still am to a certain extent simply because it's such a hard habit to break. It's sort of part of your genetic makeup if you are a perfectionist or if you are just one of those people that wants to make everyone happy. Well, the problem is that you can't make everyone happy. You can't make 100% of the people happy 100% of the time. It's just never going to happen. So, what this is really about at the core is acceptance. And acceptance is very key. Otherwise, you're always going to feel like you're failing someone. And that's not the case. It's just that it's not up to you to please everyone out there in your life, in this world, and it's impossible to do so. Just like it's impossible to be perfect and perfection doesn't really exist, it's impossible to please everyone out there. It took me a long time to realize this, and I still realize it a little bit more every day. And it's a good lesson. It's a hard lesson to learn. I did a video in the past about comparing yourself to others, and that video plays into this topic a lot. So I am going to post the link to that, but comparing ourselves to other people is still something different than trying to please everyone. I mean, I grew up wanting and trying to please my parents, my grandparents, other family members, myself, friends, teachers, and it just continues. I mean, as you move farther up in education, if you go to university or something like that, you're trying to please your professors, you're trying to please advisors and people in your field. You're trying to please your peers, you are trying to please your employers. And it's just something that continues. And if you're saying that you are not going to be a people pleaser anymore, you're not saying that you're going to be lazy and not take yourself seriously and not take your job or your studies or life seriously. You're just simply saying that you are human and you cannot please everyone, and trying to please everyone is not the goal of life. I think people live their lives feeling like pleasing everyone else is the way to live, is what will make them happy, and is the key to success. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. And speaking of success, I talked about success in a previous video, so I'm going to post the link to that too, just because it applies. If you're anything like I am, you are worrying about what people are thinking about you or saying about you based on your appearance, your determination, your work ethic, whatever the case might be that day. And really, at the core, it's about, do they like me? Do they like me? I want people to like me. And we all want to be liked. And more than that, we all want to be loved. So it's a normal feeling to want to live your life in a way that you are doing things so that people will like you. It just makes sense. It's just part of human nature, but you can't take it to extremes. You can't constantly be living your life for other people. It's a recipe for disaster. Constantly worrying about what other people will say about you or are thinking about you is extremely unhealthy, because you're preoccupied with what people who don't even matter in the scheme of things might be thinking, doing, or saying. People gossip, people lie, people make their own judgments, people are judgmental, and it's going to happen. You're going to be judged, you're going to be talked about, you're going to be looked at, and it's just a fact of life. And the sooner you can become more confident in yourself and in your own capabilities, talents, intelligence, appearance, you are going to be set. The video I did for the channel last week about high expectations is a really big piece of this topic. So again, I'm going to post the link to that. And hopefully you will find that helpful in the whole scheme of being a people pleaser. I think that it's inevitable to worry about what other people think of you. But if you keep reminding yourself that that's not the meaning of life, and if your focus is on being a strong individual, then you won't be so focused on what everyone else is saying, doing, and thinking. And I think a lot of the time our perceptions are completely skewed anyway. We're thinking that people are judging us or thinking something about us, but really they're not. And it's all in our heads, or it's the worst case scenario that we're thinking because we're just so focused on it. But if your focus is making yourself into a strong individual and being the best possible person that you can be without worrying about what others are thinking of you, you are taking everything to the next level in recovery. And this is so important in everyone's life, even if they don't have eating disorders. I mean, being a people pleaser is just holding you back. Just take one day at a time, and practice makes perfect. And remember that the only one holding you back from being able to accomplish this escape from people pleasing is yourself. So I hope that you were able to take something from this video. I hope that you will watch the links that I included in this video, because they do fill in the topic quite nicely. With those links, in addition to this video, you should be able to find some good motivation, encouragement, suggestions, tips, advice, things like that that will create a compilation of help for this topic. And I'm sorry it's a short one this week. I'm insanely busy, and I do hope that any Americans out there have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And for everyone else, I hope you just have a great week as always, and I will see you next time.